Live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello, here is a live look of Portland, Oregon right there from our Shriners cam. And you know what, it looks pretty nice right now, but I know there's been a lot of rain and snow. You can check out all of that at kptv.com and keep up to date with what's going on with the weather. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now. This is our live streaming show. We are here every weekday starting at 1 p.m. We're on Facebook, YouTube, our website, and our apps. Highly recommend downloading the apps on whatever platform you are on. Just look for Fox 12 Oregon. You'll find us, download that, and then you can get all of our segments and everything else that goes on here with the station. Right now, though, we're talking about something that's going to be on Fox tomorrow, and that is the premiere of Season 3 of The Cleaning Lady. Now, if you have not seen The Cleaning Lady, I'm going to give you a brief description. I will say this interview does have spoilers. So the star who we're going to be talking to does have a little bit of spoilers in there, although if you haven't watched it yet, you can still watch this, and it won't matter because you're not going to know what those exact spoilers are because there's a lot more to this interview. But The Cleaning Lady, the basic premise is Elodie Young, who is the star. You may know her from Daredevil, the Netflix series of Daredevil, where she played Elektra and many other things that she's been involved in. But she plays a woman who is an immigrant and here illegally in Las Vegas because she's here in the United States because her son needs to get a surgery that can only be done by a special place in Las Vegas. Again, this isn't spoiling anything. This is the premise of the show. But back home in the Philippines, she was a very well-known surgeon, so she's a high-up doctor. But here, a cleaning lady, cleaning hotels and things like that in Las Vegas. She accidentally witnesses a crime being taken place where the mafia basically kills someone, and she ends up helping them clean up the crime scene, or the cleaning lady. She starts getting involved in that, and then that's where the series takes off from there. So Season 3 is what's premiering tomorrow, and I spoke to Elodie Young just about that, about what it takes to get to that point with this series, and several other things during this conversation. So let's go ahead and roll this right now. Here's Elodie Young. In theory. Just making you wait for it. All right, well, Elodie, thank you very much for joining us here today. Really appreciate your time talking about this. And
Thanks.
The Cleaning Lady, Season 3. Let's just start off right here, starting off on March 5th, the new premiere. So, there's so many amazing shows that do get made out there that sometimes don't even make it past a pilot, let alone a first season. You've got the third season coming out of this show, and for good reason. But I want to know, how does it feel for you to make it to this point and have this premiere starting?
It's kind of surreal, to be honest with you, because yes, there's a lot of things and beautiful and great shows, but they don't quite make it 3 seasons, and we are. I think, I don't know what exactly is our audience, but I'm hoping that it's because they relate to this character. I think as long as I relate to her, people are going to relate to this woman as well. And so it's been wonderful, to be able to explore Tony over and over, but also deeper and deeper. She makes certain decisions, she makes mistakes, and they have consequences, and it changes her. We create we bring new nemesis. I think every season, that's probably also part of the secret. It's like, oh, she has to deal with this person, how is she going to react? So this season, we start with Fiona being deported, and Tony wants to bring her back. She's going to do everything she can to bring her back, but she's lonely. Armand isn't here. He's disappeared mysteriously. She can't rely on Garrett, the FBI agent, so she is by herself this season.
Right. I mean, there's so many facets to the story too that have come out there over the 3 years. But I think one thing, even going back to the beginning, that it is an important portrayal because obviously immigration is a big topic. And how important do you think it is, portraying a character like that in times like this?
Yeah, and then I think that's the cleverness, if it's an English word, of the show. Is it's extremely entertaining. I think you're like this hooked to following this woman and her journey. It's beautifully shot, and it's set in Vegas, so there's a lot of entertainment here. But at the same time, it is bringing topics like this, and it is bringing topics to the conversation without hammering anything. But I like that. I think it's pretty. It's very subtle, and it opens. Yeah, it brings those topics forefront, and it opens conversations. Definitely.
Right, right. I mean, and it's, it's an amazing character, so it's just really interesting, seeing how Tony is portrayed there and with that context. So looking at it, now, with this third season and where the character's going, how do you feel about the arc that she's had over these last two seasons and where she's heading into this third one?
I do feel that it was very clever to make her come for, she came and her sole purpose was to save her son because he had an illness, and then we threw her in this underground world. So it gave many possibilities for the show to go and explore this mafia world and see how someone like you and I would maybe react in those, under those circumstances, very dangerous and unexpected circumstances. So that's kind of what the show does brilliantly. It's see how this very, this woman who could be any woman is going to face those difficulties, extreme, difficulties.
Yeah, the extremes of what she's going through with that. What has the feedback been like for fans of the show? As you've been playing this character for this long, I'm sure you get a lot of feedback from fans.
I do, but where I get the most of my feedback is when I go do my groceries shopping, and then I meet these women who are so attached to my character, and they give me like a very direct feedback on what they think of the show and how they love my character, and they call me sweetie and sweetheart, and it's just so warm, and I don't know, there's like it's almost no filters. It's so funny because I played Elektra, and it was like more male. My fan base was more like guys, and it's a very different one with this one. I think I have a lot of mothers following the show, and a lot of women, I guess. So that's
that's it. That's interesting. Yeah, going from,
it is
Elektra,
interesting and very warm, and it just comes from the heart. So I love that. It's like, it's really good.
That's fantastic, and experiencing both sides of that, both the Elektra side, which obviously an iconic character, really popular, but I think that's interesting, male driven there, and then now it's these moms that are coming up and talking to you.
I guess so. So I am, it's a larger spectrum of people, audience, and it's just with my heart. It's just so good. There's something very candid about the people I meet, and they genuinely tell you what they like or what they have questions, and so big debates on the audience aisles,
Well, I think it's awesome, and it's a reflection of your performances and just how much you draw people in with that. So that's a testament to you, that people feel that comfortable. They're coming up and talking to you about this. So, Elodie, I want to say thank you, very much for joining us here today too, just to talk about the new season. Congratulations. I think the last thing I want to ask is just what do you want people to take away from this third season?
I want them to feel like I feel for Tony. There's a lot is happening, and a lot has happened, for us on set as well. And I hope that they are going to be emotionally invested the way I have been invested in this third season. So yeah, I can't wait for people to start to discover it tomorrow.
Well, Elodie, thank you very much. Really appreciate your time.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
All right, there we go. Elodie Young right here on Fox 12 now. So really appreciate her time and joining us again. Season 3 for The Cleaning Lady premieres on March 5th. So depending on when you're watching this, that's either tomorrow or maybe it's today or maybe that's in the past and you can already catch up on some of those episodes. But that is The Cleaning Lady. So again, thank you for joining us. This is Fox 12 now. We cover a very wide range of subjects on this show. So if you're first time watching, thanks for joining us. We have a lot that you could check out on the Fox 12 Oregon app or the website. Just go there, click on the Fox 12 Now tab, check out all of our different interviews and segments that we do. I mean, when I say a wide variety, it really is. It's a huge variety from something like this, talking about entertainment. If it's breaking news, we'll have that as well. Sometimes we do deeper dives with our reporters. Maybe there's a story that you saw on one of our regular newscasts, and you're like, I would like to find out more about that or have questions about that. Those are things you can send to me. So send me an email, fox12now@kptv.com. That's fox12now@kptv.com. Let me know if there is a segment that you want to hear or something that you do want to find out more about. Feel free to reach out and we'll see if we can make that happen. But for right now, we're going to sign off. And if there is breaking news, I'll